Agrivoltaics, what we do or practice is called triple land use. Triple land use. With this system, as opposed to what we have in Jambur at the bottom of the picture, when the panels are set up, they are set very close to the ground. Not even a sheep or a goat can enter under them. So it means the land is completely abandoned to energy production, no other use. But with agrivoltaics, you raise the panels above the ground, at least for 2 meters. Beneath the panels, tractors can go and work and come out. We can have humans working there as well. These panels generate electricity for you, whilst they are equally providing shade for your crops. The good thing is that this is not necessary because we are testing this system in the Gambia right now. The shade that is produced enables you to grow crops, especially cool season crops like lettuce or cabbage, onion, and others during this time of the year. Do you go to any garden and find onion there now? Onion or cabbage? No, because the environment is extremely hot that it does not support their growth. So with this system, we envisage that we will be able to grow crops under the panels throughout the year. What are the merits? Yes. Good. Are you seeing the pictures? The picture below, have you seen it? What do you have under them? Livestock. Yes. One of the advantages of the agrivoltaics is that wherever you have it on your farm, if you are rearing animals there, the mortality, that the death of lambs decreases significantly because it provides shade for the animals and preserve their well-being and health. That is one advantage. So you equally generate electricity from it. This has been tested around the world. You see the red? In Africa, we have abundance of sunlight. The energy that is produced from the solar panels could serve, like there it is tested in China, in India, sorry. It is found that the vineyards that they have in the country, if they produce the vines under the panels, it could serve energy or produce energy for 15 million people. This is what we need here. I know you will not see these writings, but agrivoltaics is significantly contributing to energy generation around the world. In Europe, the leading producers of agrivoltaics are Italy, we have Germany in some cases, we even have US, investing significantly in this technology. So when it is done, the energy generated is used to supply energy to the population. And then this is a chart. My presentation is not going to last long, sorry. But if you look at this chart, it is like a web. We have the environmental monitoring. We are having energy generation going on. We are having a business model where energy generated from the photovoltaics is used in operating cold stores for farmers. So any produce harvested from the farm is not sold directly into the market. The energy generated is equally used in supporting production and processing of agro products in the field. So when this is done, it minimizes post-harvest losses. Is this doable in the Gambia? Of course, yes. And now, I wish you see those pictures clearly. But do you realize that there are people working in the fields? Yes. One of those that are working in these fields is your head of school, Mr. Usman Sow. Do you know that he is a student now? Do you know that your head of school is a student? Yes. Of course, he is pursuing his PhD, and that is his PhD research. With these agrovoltaics, what we are doing in the Gambia right now is we are attacking sensors. Maybe, Mr. Ture, you may probably have to bring some of your students, to the site in Faraba, so that they'll have a better comprehension of this. They'll embrace it as well. So we have sensors that we have installed in the field. These sensors detect the water requirement for the plants. No manual irrigation. Whenever there is need for the plants to be irrigated, the sensor triggers the irrigation system automatically. Even at night, you don't have to be there to control any button. The irrigation system is triggered automatically. That is the good thing about this technology. One thing the technology equally does is, I think I saw some products here in the morning. What do you have there on display? What do you have on display there? Hello? What do you have on display there? Granite cake. Okay, and what else? Very good. And wonjo. And obviously wonjo is inside the cooler. Is that okay? So with this system, we envisage that because this is why I am here today. This system should be replicated not only at UTG, it should be replicated at the Gambia College and all other tertiary education institutions, because this system is what the developed world is embracing now. In that, when do you know that the Gambia is the smallest country on mainland Africa? We know that, right? What is the population density? Any idea? How many people do we have in a kilometer square in the Gambia? Any idea? Okay, can I ask you this question? If you want to establish a farm right now in the Gambia, where do you go looking for land? Provinces. It is telling you that there is no space left for you in Combo. Not so? In 30 years' time, your children may have to go to CRR to look for land for agricultural production. Because the Gambia is very small, the population is increasing so fast. So if we do not embrace this technology, if we continue to do what our government is doing at Jambu, we will be short of agricultural lands. So whenever you are generating energy, some of you may have the means at home. Hello? If you want to use solar panels for energy generation at home, please do not set them very close to the ground. Raise them up so that the land that is underneath the panels can be used for a different purpose. Are we there? That is what this technology is about. I hope you will have time to visit some of these sites. We have 3 sites, and Mr. Ture, these sites are open for students to go and do their internships. So probably we may help in facilitating that. If there are students that are interested in doing internship programs, we'll be willing to receive them on this site. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the little that I have for you. It is just an introduction, but I hope you will have the time to interact with this technology in the very near future. Thank you all, and I wish you all the best for your activities. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, another one I will invite Dr. Mustafa Mane.
Narrator? observe the existing protocols by recognizing the members of the high table, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed an honor for me and a privilege to speak to you today on a very important topic, that is the contribution of the veterinary paraprofessionals, that is the para-veterinarians, to genetic management and productivity of small ruminants, that is goat and sheep, in our rural communities in the Gambia. Small ruminants, sheep and goat play a vital role in the livelihood of rural households in the Gambia. They provide meat, milk, income, manure, cultural value, and they also serve as a financial security during emergencies. Improving their productivity, therefore, is essential for enhancing food security, nutrition, as well as poverty reduction in our rural communities. As the head of disease prevention and control at the Department of Livestock Services, I have witnessed firsthand the critical role that veterinary paraprofessionals, the paraveterinarians, play in supporting livestock farmers and improving animal production at the grassroots levels. Today, I would like to highlight how these frontline animal health workers contribute to both genetic management and productivity improvements of sheep and goat across the rural communities. The veterinary paraprofessionals serve as the link between livestock farmers and the professional veterinary services, that is the Department of Livestock Services. They are often the first point of contact for farmers seeking advice on animal health, breeding, nutrition, as well as management. Because they live and work within our communities, the paravets, they have a unique understanding of local livestock production systems and challenges. One of the most important roles that they play is the identification of superior breeding animals. The paravets help farmers identify healthy and productive breeding males and females. They advise them on how to select these animals with desirable characteristics such as fast growth rates, good body conformation, as well as high fertility. By encouraging the use of superior breeding flock, paravets help improve the genetic quality of village flocks. Another key role that they play is that they prevent inbreeding. One of the major challenges in our rural livestock production system is the uncontrolled mating among closely related animals. Paraveterinarians educate farmers on the dangers of inbreeding, which can lead to reduced fertility amongst our animals, poor growth performance, as well as genetic defects. They encourage the exchange of breeding rams and flocks between villages and farmer groups to maintain genetic diversity and to improve the performance of the flock. While genetic improvement is important to animals, the animals can only express their genetic potential when they are healthy and properly managed. This is where the paraveterinarians make even a greater contribution in terms of disease prevention and control. As frontline animal health workers, paraveterinarians play a crucial role in preventing and controlling diseases, thereby increasing production and productivity. They play a vital role in vaccination campaigns, in disease surveillance, early detection and reporting of outbreaks, in the treatment of common diseases we have in the country. We know very well that healthy animals grow faster, reproduce more efficiently, and they produce higher quality meat and milk. They also play a key role in the prevention and control of internal and external parasites. Internal and external parasites are among the leading causes of productivity losses in sheep and goat in the country. Our paraveterinarians educate farmers on strategic deworming activities, tick and mite control, proper housing sanitation, as well as improved grazing management. Effective parasite control results in improved weight gain, better fertility, and reduced mortality. In 2025, the Department of Livestock Services conducted an assessment, that is a serosurveillance, to determine the seroprevalence of trypanosomosis, that is the SASA transmitted trypanosomosis. We found out that 1% of our livestock population, that is the cattle population, were affected by trypanosomiasis. But on the other hand, we found that tick-borne diseases are now taking the upper hand. About 27% of our samples were positive for anaplasma, and 7% were positive for babesia, and then finally we have theileria. This shows that tick-borne diseases are now more of a concern than even the SASA transmitted trypanosomosis. The paraveterinarians also play a vital role in improved nutrition and feeding practices. They advise farmers on the use of crop residues, feed conservation, especially during the dry seasons, supplementary feeding of pregnant animals and those that are lactating as well. Better nutrition enhances growth, reproductive performance, as well as disease resistance. Perhaps one of the most valuable contributions of paraveterinarians is knowledge transfer. Through regular farmer interactions, demonstrations, and community engagements, they promote best practices in animal husbandry, breeding management, disease prevention, nutrition, as well as housing and welfare. An informed farmer is better equipped to make better decisions on productivity and production. Despite their significant contributions, paraveterinarians face several challenges, including limited access to training and refresher courses, inadequate transportation for field activities, shortages of veterinary supplies and equipment, as well as financial constraints affecting their service delivery in the field. Addressing these challenges is essential if we are to maximize the impact of paravets in rural livestock development. What is the way forward? To strengthen the contribution of veterinary paraprofessionals to genetic management and productivity improvement, we must increase investment in paravet training, such as the University of Education, the Gambia College here, the University of the Gambia itself, as well as research institutions. We also have to strengthen extension services. We need to improve access to veterinary medications and equipment, and to promote community-based breeding programs. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, paraveterinarians are indispensable partners in the development of the livestock sector in the Gambia. Their contribution extends far beyond just treatments. They are educators, advisors, disease surveillance agents, and key facilitators of genetic improvement and increased productivity in sheep and goat. By supporting farmers in selecting superior breeding animals, preventing inbreeding, improving animal health, and promoting good husbandry practices, paraveterinarians contribute directly to stronger, healthier, and more productive flocks. As we work towards improving food security, rural incomes, and livestock productivity in the Gambia, we must continue to recognize, support, and strengthen the role of paravets in our communities. On behalf of the Department of Livestock Services, I commend the dedication, commitment of all paravets that are serving across our communities. Their efforts continue to make a meaningful difference in the lives of farmers throughout our country. May God bless our farmers, our livestock sector, and may God bless the Gambia. Thank you.
Our next speaker that we have is Pierre Gomez. He's a student of School of Agriculture. Join me as I welcome our guest, someone who is proud to be called a Sasitarian, Pierre Gomez. Keep clapping. I'm expecting someone new to stand up with all that achievement. You're welcome.
Student of higher diploma in animal health and production, and I want to inspire us in swine and rabbit production through a little of my experience and knowledge in it. So, when we talk of swine production today in the Gambia, when we talk of starting these productions, one of the things that we hold as a constraint is the expense of starting it. But he said, in starting swine production, he said it's not expensive. With just $3,000 or $4,000 today, you can have a pair of swine to start a production. And he said, in starting these farms, you do not need a high building before you can start. Some use just corrugates or just sticks locally to start these pig farms. They are very less expensive. You can just start them at a very low capacity. And he said, when you start them, they are not expensive to feed too. You can have these household garbages like leftover rice or kitchen waste to feed your pigs. Feeding them is not expensive. It is not expensive to buy them, and it is equally not expensive to feed them. And we said they are a very good source of income. Okay, thank you. We said they are a very good source of income. In just 7 to 8 months, you can sell a pig for up to $9,000. And pigs are very highly prolific animals. One pig can give birth to up to 14 or more. Now, let us take for instance, if a pig gives birth to just 10, and in 7 months you are to sell them for, let me say, just $8,000. 8 by 10 is $80,000 in just 7 months. And before that, remember, it can give birth twice a year. It must have already given birth and others are growing again. In a year, you are expecting a lot from them. It's a very good business that we can start. We said they have good feed conversion efficiency. When you feed pigs, they can grow very fast. You do not need to keep them over and over years before you sell them. You can just sell them in a very short time. And we said also, when you are into these things, they also improve your responsibility and dedication to what you do. Because you're going to be into these things and you are timeless. You must have time for them. And we said they are readily marketable, and they are one of the animals that are exported from the Gambia to other countries. Today, if we talk of things like poultry, we are thinking of importing. But today, pigs are exported widely, especially to Guinea-Bissau, day in, day out. And you cannot have a pig today in your farm in the Gambia and you are ready to sell and say you do not have a customer. No. Every day people are looking for this. They are ready for the market. So these are things that I think we can go in for. They are not expensive to start. They are not expensive to feed. And they are always ready to be bought from you. And I think also for the time factor, we move to rabbit production where I am engaged more, because I started a pig farm some time ago, but right now they are not with me, they are with someone else. But now I am taking care of a rabbit farm that is doing well for me. How do I start? It leads us back to 2022 or to 3, when I started my certificate in animal health and production. I was in conversation with one of Madam Ayapola's students, and she was telling me some of the benefits of keeping rabbit. Then I don't even start rabbit production. So through the information, I was already having a plan of starting small ruminants. But the money I was having at that time was not enough for me to buy small ruminants at that time. Then I take that money and put it in the rabbit farm. And then I started gradually. I make my own cage. As Madam Ayapola will tell me, you can make emergency cage just for a start. I use those emergency cages and start. Just within a year, I was able to grow up to 41 rabbits. But the story doesn't continue beautiful. Along the line, I experienced a massive disease outbreak that killed all 40 of my rabbits. I was left with one rabbit. I called livestock assistants to come, but each time they come, they will check, do that treatment, but still there was no control. They died till I was left with one. And everyone was encouraging me at that time, sell this one before you lose it again. But I will just say, if it dies, I will say start. That one was a day, it gradually recovers from the sickness. I get a meal again and start. Within another year, I was able to have up to 62. And I sell them. And today, I can proudly tell you that part of my tuition fee for higher diploma is from the rabbit money. No one is paying for me. It's from my rabbit farm. And also, if you know me, I have a motorbike. I bought it from rabbit money. So these are some of the things that we can have from these small things that we think we have around. And it does a lot for me in other social activities. And we said in keeping rabbit also, we said rabbit are not expensive. Today in 2000, with 1,005 or $2,000 is 2005, you can have a pair of rabbits. And we said they have a gestation period of just 28 to 31 days. And it takes them just 4.5 to 5 months for them to mature for reproduction. They are a very fast, low-key business that will not keep you maybe high rich, but it can do some 1 or 2 things for you. We also said, when talking about rabbits, we said they are less expensive to feed. Today I have a small garden for my rabbits. I have different types of greens around. Like the greens that they use for planters, I have their maize. What I do is, when they reach a certain stage before flowering, I just cut them, harvest them, chop them, and preserve them for my rabbit feeding. I have potato leaves. And for the feeding, because when you want to be buying this growers mass, it's expensive. So what I do is, you just buy maize from the market, take them to the sawmill, grind them into powder, and then we buy also coos, grind them into powder, and we mixing them to cut down your cost. If I have my beans from the market, I have this, I can feed my rabbits, and they'll have healthy and good food. We said they do not require much space, just at your backyard. You can have rabbits there. Just have a cage index. You can have a lot of rabbits there. As one of our lecturers here, Mr. Isaac, working in DLS Abuko, just in his backyard, he has a small cage, just about 2 decks. And he's doing a lot there. He's selling rabbits. They do not require much space. Don't say I don't have space. Just one deck of a cage can do a lot for you. And we said also, they are highly prolific. In my experience, most of the time when rabbits give birth, it's within 8 to 12. 8 to 12 kids. Let's say in 3 months, if you have to sell a pair for $2,500 for $3,000, how much will you have in 2 months? And rabbits can give birth, we said, up to 5 to 6 times a year, one rabbit. These are good things that we can go in for our students. It will not disturb us, and we still have 1 or 2 things to help ourselves with. They are very quiet animals. You'll have them there, and no one will even know that rabbits are at the back there, because you will not hear them making any noise. They are always quiet on their own. And we said some of the importance is a very good source of income, as I told you, that it was able to pay my tuition fee, bought a motorbike for me, and I still have some money to do 1 or 2 things for myself. We said, could be offered to friends. I remember one time when friends visited, I gave them a buck and they killed. After one of them asked me, how much will you have sold this? When I told him, he told me, so he gave us about 1,500 this morning we had to eat. Just to me, it was nothing. If I was asked to give out 1,500, I will not do it. But I was able to give us a rabbit of the same price for them to eat, and we are happy. And he said, they are also a good source of fertilizer and also can be used as pesticides. The rabbit urine can be used as pesticides. It's very healthy. If you collect it and invade your farm, you can use it to spray your crops. You do not buy fertilizer, pesticides. And remember, all these pesticides that we have, they will tell us chemicals are good for our crops. But any chemical that we use on our crops, there will always be a residue. That they will never tell us that there is a residue, but always remember, there are always drug-induced diseases. These are diseases that are caused by other chemicals and other drugs that we are using. And pesticides are not exceptions. But rabbit urine can do this for you with a healthy environment. And we said rabbit meat is one of the best meat we have. White meat is good for even diabetes patients. So I hope today, with this few that I said, someone should be thinking of starting a swine farm and also a rabbit farm, most especially for the students. Madam Ayatollah can always tell you, If you start a rabbit farm, your parents don't need to pay your tuition fee, and I am one person that can give my testimony to how works that my rabbit farm was able or is able to pay my tuition fee. So thank you so much to the executive for the time, and thank you so much for your attention.
My fellow students, you guys look good anyways. I am Yunake Boyang, a poet known as Poetess Bojis, and I will be reciting a piece about Futu Juno, which is early marriage. Because I know it's your favorite piece. Here it goes. They said as you smile that I should be grateful around twice my age choose me. Choose me like I'm a dress from the market, but I was only 30. Do you remember when you were at 13? Playing Julian, I was learning how to be a wife, how to keep quiet, how to carry a pen without making a sound. They dressed me in colors too heavy for my shoulder, painted my lips, tied my hair like packaging a gift. But who said I was ready to be given? I wanted to go to school. I had a dream to wear a uniform, not a wedding gown, to hold books, not babies. He touches me like I belong to him, and when I cry, well, nah. They say it's normal. You are a woman now. But I wasn't. I was a child in a woman's cell. My body hurt. My heart, it disappeared somewhere between the wedding dance and the first night he came to my room. Nobody came for me. Not even my mother, not even the in-laws that should have protected me. Why is the world we living in like this? I expressed out my feelings that I was not really ready for this, but all they have to say is be quiet. Good guys obey, so obey. Obey, they said. But God knows that I wasn't really ready to be given. Thank you guys. So I would like to invite my brother to perform a piece. Alright.
I'm here to recite a poem entitled The Solution. We have spoken about it until they heard about it. But the question is, what have they done about it? When a question is asked, an answer is needed. After giving you the truth, what have you given you the truth? Can't you see we are living in a sad conditions? There is no proper medication, neither solution. I'm a hunter person. Why I die in a hunger? This makes me wonder. Because of hunger, my brother is out of school. My sister is not a good girl because all day she plays smiles. At night she cries. Being a stray girl is the only option of her way of survival, so she tries. All she tries to go and get at the time she go and buy. That never gets something to happen at all because of love. Sometimes one very cooking. Well, there's no food, there's no water, there's no electricity. I thought the woman said, we never protect our foods. But when we go to missing, we wonder why. It's time for change. So please remember, and then social levels go wisely. Thank you so much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the high table, and to my fellow poet Borges. She's an amazing angel. I am honored to be here today. Mr. President, members of the high table, once again, I am Khadija Tujalo, a spoken word poet, digger, for months, weeks, days. I didn't pick a pen with my fingers to pour the ink on my paper while my tongue has been scratching for a while. I just want to say this. I hope it's okay. Today, I stood here as an advocate, a youth filled with questions in my vocal cavity. You know what? Forget about the rules in poetry. I am just a youth filled with questions in my mouth. I know of a son who told his mother, I'm going to work, and never came back home. I know of a daughter who's supposed to be a helper to her mother, embarked on an unknown journey, only to get a message that she kicked the bucket. So my question is, why are youths risking their lives in this journey? I know of a graduate who could not further his education due to financial support. I know of a home who find it hard to survive due to the high prices of commodities in our markets. I know of a man who died helplessly, a pregnant woman who died during labor. So my question is once again, what are our hospitals for? I know of a student who was raped at a young age. All her dreams were shattered in one night, could not even get a proper justice. Why is our constitution? On a Friday, a lady with ambition was stabbed to death. Just like that. The world is spherical in shape. Geography state with no tape is being measured the landscape. Blessings in abundance, nature shade with no cast we paid farm. Soil is supply. Drink. The river is given. Seed breathe. The oxygen is free. Still we insane. Progress not attained. Every day is a complaint. The truth is change. We campaign no change. Tell me who here has not complained for rain. Rain of success and grace. Less pain, no stain, but still the evil is on the throne. Look. He is plain that should and gain sent his the plan. Hard work is never in vain. Maintain hope and be optimistic. The stage is our domain. Let's sensitize, educate, and advocate for nation building. Poetry is a way. Thank you.
My name is Honorable Bukari Jay, the Deputy Speaker of the National Youth Parliament, the Gambia, and of course the long-standing golden record of the storytelling competition in the Gambia here. Today, it is a pleasure to be here today to bless this occasion with you. I'm not just standing here as the Deputy Speaker in my capacity, but also I'm standing here as a storyteller. And this day is a cultural day. So it's indeed an honor for me to be here, at least through some words. Because, like I said, in 2022, I competed across the country. Over 2,000 young people were competing. Unfortunately, I was the winner of the storytelling. It is a profound pleasure to be here today, like I said, to celebrate this cultural day with you. To begin with, I am given a topic to talk on, that is Wolof culture, values, traditions, and contributions to national unity and development. Of course, if you are a keen follower of my social media handles, my nickname is Fana Fana Boy 01. I speak deep Fana Fana wherever I go, even at international seminars or conferences, because I believe culture is life. Once one loses your culture, you lose your everything. So as a child of culture who is well trained at home, we believe in wherever we are, we can showcase our potential through the culture, through our values, through our traditions, through our norms, through what we are dreaming of. To begin with, I would say Wolof culture is an important part in the Gambia's cultural heritage. Of course, it is characterized by strong values such as respect for elders, hospitality, teranga. Ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne Wolof den xam teranga bu baax a baax ak yeneen xeet yi fi nekk yëpp. Solidarity, hard work, responsibility. So these are values that promote the peace, jama bi ñoo oote, the cooperation, dimbalante bi ñoo wax, the social harmony within communities. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wolof people preserve rich traditions through traditional ceremonies, music, dance, storytelling, and cultural attire which help pass knowledge, and values from generation to another. And I said, Lebon Lupin, amon na fi gan na fi amon na gox bu mag mu tuddoon di Gambia, mu amon ñaari dëkka, jàmm gën ak muña gën. I will cut the story there. Wolof culture contributes significantly to the national unity by encouraging tolerance, peaceful coexistence, and communication among different ethnic groups. The widespread use of Wolof language helps strengthen understanding and social integration. Today, you go anywhere in the sub-Saharan region of Africa, Wolof is widely spoken because Wolof is the main language that is used when it comes to trading and so many other things. But equally, all other ethnic groups in the Gambia here are as well as important as that of Wolof, because we believe in ethnic group diversity. We believe in equality. We believe in tolerance. We believe in that hospitality we are saying. Ladies and gentlemen, it also contributes to national development by promoting social stability, supporting tourism, preserving cultural heritage, and encouraging community participation and economic activities. In conclusion, because we are taught to summarize, in conclusion, Wolof culture remains as a valuable asset to strengthen national unity, preserve cultural identity, and support the development of the Gambia. Jërë ngeen jëf, am naa kontaan ak mbégte tey teewee jotaay bi te man ak yéen dinaa fi nekk ba mu jeex. Jërë ngeen jëf.
Previously served as the Vice President of the School of Agriculture Student Association in the 12th Executive Council, where she played a significant role in championing students' development initiative with a clapping innovation. Keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Thank you very much.
This podium ends again for my beloved school. This is something that I didn't see coming anytime soon. So it's truly a pleasure to see all of you in here. And to the MC, thank you so much. I am actually proud that some of you have taken your ideas into actions. And we pray that together we're able to bring in more entrepreneurs from this school. Let's seriously mention I am Nyanya Mane. And for all what he has said, I will take everything except the former student, because I'm not mentally ready to say former student to this noble institution and to my brother's school as well. So I was talking on a topic that really is dear to me, which is food processing for sustainable agriculture and the opportunities it has for us as agriculturists. So in the Gambia, often when we talk about sustainable agriculture, we focus on increasing production. But to achieve sustainable agriculture, it's beyond just increasing production. It's actually reducing waste and adding value to produce that we have produced, and also to add value to our agricultural resources. Agriculture remains one of the most important sectors in the Gambia, contributing almost 20 to 25% of the gross domestic product of the country. Also employs over 70% of the country's labor force. Yet, despite all this significance, the sector's full potential to ensure food security, create employment, and drive economic growth remains largely untapped. Every year, a significant amount of farm produce goes to waste. Unfortunately, farmers are forced to sell their products at a lesser price simply because of the lack of processing centers, inadequate storage facilities, and also poor market linkage. For this reason, we have seen farmers in tomato season will be selling a pound of tomato fruits for 100 or 150 disease because of issues that are preventable if they are well addressed. Every year, significant amount of processing left us there. Right now that we are in the mango season, you go around the syndicat, we all have seen the heap mangoes that are being wasted. Which of these can have potential to be transformed to other edible products? But the only mango that we know is it being eaten in its raw state. If I may ask, how many people have eaten mango in this other form? It's only people who raise up their hands. Food processing offers one of the most special and effective solutions to these challenges. By transforming our agricultural products into value-added products, food processing produce or helps reduce the waste that we are going through and also extend shelf life and improve product quality and create market opportunities. More importantly, it allows farmers and entrepreneurs to earn greater value for what is already being produced. What I mean by this is, a mango that is sold at its original state has a lower value compared to a mango that has been processed. For instance, you can buy a mango pan which can be amount 500 or less. If you produce that or process that order, you can have double of that money or even triple of that money. Moreover, food processing encourages creativity and entrepreneurship with skills, knowledge, and the effective use of locally available resources. Students can establish small enterprises that create value from agricultural produce while generating income and employment opportunities, especially in a country where youth employment is still a challenge. Food processing offers a practical pathway for self-reliance and economic empowerment. Usually when we talk about product development or enterprises, it seems like moving a mountain, but really it's not. It just needs you to be innovative and creative and changing our challenges into opportunities. As agricultural science students, understanding food processing and value addition allow us to move beyond production and become the active participants of these solving agricultural challenges. The need for practical skills and opportunities within the agricultural value chain inspired the establishment of our own processing center in the school. The goal for this is to actually equip students with the skills and the knowledge of agriculture because we understand that we are all from different regions and also different parts of this country and most especially with our farming communities. And we have all witnessed this that our mothers will go to the farm and at the end of the day most of their products are lost or even they get little of what they have invested in their product or in their gardening. So as we have the skills, we are going back to our community to change those narratives that no food is waste and no food is lost because of lack of processing centers or lack of storage facilities. To conclude, food processing is not just the transformation of food, it is an essential component of sustainable agriculture. Let us challenge ourselves as students to look beyond production and recognize the immense opportunities that exist around agricultural value chain. Because usually, like one speaker has said, when we talk about agriculture, people think it's all about cultivating food and then livestock. But it's beyond that. From the farm or from the livestock until the final consumer, all of those are agricultural value chain where we can find unlimited opportunities. The future of sustainable agriculture depends on the generation that is willing to innovate, to value and to transform challenges into opportunities. As students and future professionals, we have the potential to become that generation. Through food processing, we can help build a more resilient agricultural sector, strengthen food security and contribute meaningful to national development. As agricultural students begin, when we talk about food innovation or food production, like I say, it's not moving a mountain. What if I said students from this school have developed butter that is margarine using cow's milk? What if I say in this school, students have innovated sausage from real meat? Usually we eat sausage, but we are not even sure what kind of meat they come from. But students have actually developed those kind of products in here. What if I say students have made different kind of cereals in this school? And what if I tell you there are students who have made different forms of oil using sesame, granite oil, coconut oil, and so on. As students of this noble institution, we have unlimited opportunities in this school, or let's say in the careers that we are. And one person have already said, you cannot come to this school or let's say study this field and still stay unemployed. Because the first day that we come to this school, one thing that we have said is, do not wait to be employed. You need to be the one to create employment for yourself and for others. And for the unlimited opportunity that we have, we can do it. All that we need to do is actually think out of the box, be innovative, and be people who change challenges into opportunities. I am ready to be that, and I hope you people are also ready to be the generation who will change our challenges into opportunities. To make sure that no farmer cultivates era and only sells their pound of tomato for only $100. And for that case, they will even beg people to buy it. I hope you will be that generation who will clean the sweat of our mothers, our grandmothers who have been cultivating for years and nobody has seen what they have done. And I hope you will be the generation that take up the responsibility to change the narrative of agriculture in our society and our country at large. Once again, happy Cultural Day and happy seminar. Thank you.
As Greek students, maybe 4 of you can come together and say, okay, we want to start buying mango in quantity. We will go to the villages where these mangoes are produced. We go to the farms, we buy from the farmers, and then we bring them to the city and then sell. What are you doing in effect? It therefore means that you are what? An entrepreneur. That means you started doing things commercially, things that can bring money to you, and at the same time, you can feed yourself and fend for yourself. So in effect, entrepreneurship is very important because it's not everybody that we have white-collar job. When you graduate from the school, you want to go and be a teacher or you want to work in the office. There are limited jobs in offices. But if you think about ways of doing things yourself, setting up small-scale business yourself that can bring money to you, then you are called an entrepreneur. So let's start putting it in our minds that we can all not be workers in the offices, but that we can be entrepreneurs. You can be a farmer. You can join together as a group and say, look, we want to buy this X hectare of land and we want to start planting mangoes or we want to start planting cashews or any of the cash crops that you have here. So when it starts yielding fruits, you start selling. And when you start selling, you start making money for yourself. And I want to repeat, your name will be called what? An entrepreneur. That's what you will be called. So I just want to put this in your mind that you should start thinking about becoming entrepreneurs when you eventually graduate. I can see some of you already selling things like granules. I see some people and they tell me, oh, they are students and they are doing this as a side hustle. I met a student who sold cashew to me and she tells me, I go to the villages and I go to the cashew farm to buy from the villagers and then come to Brikama here and roast them and then package them, and at times I even send them overseas. She's an entrepreneur. She's not even looking for jobs any longer. She graduated this last graduation we had. So she's already an entrepreneur because she has decided herself that she wants to work for herself and make money for herself. So as a Greek student, start thinking towards that so that by the time you graduate, you become entrepreneurs and then you become an employer of labor. People will be working for you and you'll be paying people. So because you are making money for yourself. So thank you very much.